This girl is like hanging out of her window on the phone to someone and she's looking right at me. Hi, I'm not filming a porno, I'm filming for YouTube. It's the year 2018, go and subscribe. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Veda. Today we're on day 22. Ooh. I am going to be telling you some ways on how I do self-care or things that make me happy. Because we all need some self-care in our lives. Self-care is not selfish, it is mandatory. Obviously these self-care tips might not work for you, but they do work for me, and you clicked on the video, not me, so if it doesn't work for you, it's not my fault, okay? But it might not. There you go. So the first thing that makes me happy or self-care is the beach. I was born in Torquay, Devon, which is a seaside town, and I was very much a sea baby until we moved to north. Now I'm not so much of a sea baby. I don't really get to see it as often as I like to. There are a few occasions where we go back down to Devon to see family and stuff, and then we get to go to the sea if it's nice. Like this time I went to go to the sea and I got sunburnt. Maybe it's not self-care. Sea is really relaxing to anyone, and if you live permanently near the sea, you are lucky because it's so calming, and I'd love to just read on there all the time. The next way I practice self-care or look after myself, which makes me happy, is reading. And why don't we spice it up a little bit and cross them over? Okay. Reading on the beach. I actually really do enjoy reading on the beach. I've only done it a couple times. I've always wanted to read on the beach, and I know it sounds so stupid because most people do this like on a daily basis, but I really wanted to read on the beach and I did. It was really peaceful, but I got sunburnt, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that again. Reading in general is a really big release for me, and not many people experience the same thing because not many people read for pleasure, and it really worries me when people say they can't remember the last book they read. How? And like the video going around on Facebook like, oh, people can't name a book, and I'm like, oh my god. Speaking of reading, I do have a booktube channel, link is down below. The third thing is quite weird, but I think a lot of people will relate to this. I love to clean my room when I'm stressed, and it just feels like I declutter my life. Cleaning my room just makes me feel like I have a clean space to be a mess in, basically. And I know that me cleaning my room never lasts, and no matter how much I clean my room, I don't know if anyone else like feels like this, but no matter how much I clean my room, it always feels messy still afterwards, and I'm like, oh, it still feels messy. I don't know if that's just me being a bit weird or it's like just a consensus thing, but whenever I clean my room like properly to a point where I think that it's actually clean, I feel so much better, and it is, I'm not gonna lie, a way of self-caring for me. Especially my desk. I absolutely love clearing up my desk, clearing up my chair, because I often leave laundry on my chair to like just kind of sit there for months, and I can be bothered. I love to clean that up, and I love to clean my desk up and just to have a really tidy space to work in. Number 4 is also quite a popular thing among people as well, is music. I love listening to music so much. I have a knack for music. I just love it so much. Sometimes music as well that isn't in the charts or isn't on my songs, like it's in iTunes songs, like songs I've discovered and like artists from. But music is in like classical music and rain music and like just kind of reading music or meditation music. Just things like that as well. It doesn't have to be like pop or like a genre music. I like music that calms me down as well as like gets me in a box. Number 5 is a bubble bath. Again, something that people can really relate to, but in this weather and in summer I kind of stray away from bubble baths. I kind of just go for a summer bath or a shower, but I love a good bubble bath in the winter, especially with candles and tea. And I'm not gonna film this as an overlay because I'll die of heat. Number 6 is what I'm doing right now, is making YouTube videos. I love making them so much, and I feel like this is the one thing in my life that I know I will be doing 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's one of the things that I know I will always love, and yeah, there are times where my mental health will get the better of me and I don't have the motivation to film, or I'll beat myself up about a certain video, or I'll question myself, but there's always going to be YouTube to fall back on, like there has been all of these years. Number 7 is actually related to that, and I love to watch old vlogs. Don't class this as self-care, but maybe I should. Is whenever I'm feeling down or nostalgic or feel like I am so caught up in the future and I'm like worrying about it, I tend to go back and watch old vlogs, especially with people who aren't in my life anymore. I'll go back and watch either videos or vlogs that they're in. I watch my vlogmases back like every year. I watch my Dodie vlogs over and over again. I watch my Demi vlog over and over again. I love watching them, and I also love making them to watch them later. And the last one is going to the cinema. So I am a huge film fan. Like I love them so much, but going to the cinema I feel like is just different from just watching a film. Going to the cinema is like a whole different experience in itself. You've got the popcorn, you've got a Tango Ice Blast, you've got the ever growing prices of cinema tickets, unless you go to the Savoy. Use independent cinemas, kids. They're much cheaper than chain ones. Just the whole buzz of it, especially if you're going to a franchise film like Star Wars, a Marvel one. The fans that come out to the cinema, you just feel like you're one and the same, and like you're this huge massive family. It feels just the utmost happiness I think I've ever felt, and I'm never going to be able to find something like a different activity that's going to weigh up to the same amount of happiness, because with other people that feel the exact same passion for it as you, it's just incredible, and I want to capture that feeling in a bottle so I can drink it all the time. There was my video on how I perform self-care and things that make me happy. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm currently partaking in Veda. Please comment down below your favourite film like I told you to, or comment down any self-care tips that I've missed that you have for everyone else. Let's have a self-care discussion, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. 1, 4, 3. Bye!